Jai Gurudev, everyone. Welcome to the live Q&A of the month of March. So I think those who have joined, some of you may have attended a live Q&A before, but we have many new participants. So I will be introducing Dr. Prabhakar Rao before I pass over the mic to him. Dr. Prabhakar Rao is someone who does many things simultaneously. So I will just start off and tell you about each of these things. So by profession, he's a landscape architect, and he has done a lot of amazing work in India and in the world as well. The most recent amazing work being the Central Vista project, the new Parliament building, and before that the Statue of Unity in Gujarat. So he has a PhD in horticulture, and he's worked on plant breeding and genetics, and he is also known as India's seed keeper. So he has really worked to revive many of the indigenous seeds that were just nearing extinction, and they have been given a new lease of life due to his efforts. He is currently the chairman of the Shri Shri Institute of Agricultural Sciences and Technology Trust, the SSIAST Trust of the Art of Living. And they are training a lot of farmers in, the indigenous ways of, farming, which is just so important and so relevant in our day. He's a TEDx speaker. He has, there's been a lot of media coverage on the work that he has done in all these fields. And, for us, the most relevant thing is that he is the curator, and he is the one who is now reviving this ancient science of gardens, that is Mandala Vaatika. So he's already revived four mandalas, and we are eagerly waiting for the fifth, that is Kala Bhairava. Just a lot of amazing work. We are so grateful to have him as our teacher and mentor. So I pass the spotlight to him now. And over to you, Prabhakar.
Thank you so much, Tanya, for that introduction, and welcome everyone to this live session, which I look forward to every month. So the last Sunday of every month, usually, unless there are some other compulsions, last Sunday of every month is our live session, Mandala Vaatika, 8:30 to 9:30. We always start on time, and we tend to finish exactly on the dot. So welcome all. I see a lot of familiar faces. Jyotsna is here. I can see her. There are a lot of other people. Yash is here. I can see Nirmala here. Yeah, Siali is here. Yeah, there are a lot. Aarti is here. Oh, good, good, good. We have a lot of people here. I see Ashwini as well. Then Anand Kumar is here. Yeah. Rajaram, I can see. And yeah, there are many, many people here. There is Shilpa, who is also my teacher of Mandala Vaatika. Rather, one of the persons becoming a teacher of Mandala Vaatika. Is my voice clear? Is there any problem with my voice, Tanya? Tanya, is my voice clear? Anybody? Do I get a thumbs up for my voice? Okay, thanks. Somebody had put it on the chat that, there was some issue with the voice. Yeah. So let us start this live session. Om Guru Bhyoya Namaha Hari Om. Jai Gurudev to everyone. And what I would request is, please put your questions on the chat. Yeah. Please put your questions on the chat. I'll be most happy to answer them. But there is something that I wanted to share with you all. And that was during the Mahashivratri in the ashram, I was invited to take the Shiva Diksha. Now, I don't know how many of you have actually heard about this or taken the Shiva Diksha. Are there anybody here who has taken Shiva Diksha? No, yeah. It might be one of the things that you would like to do. And many of you know, I know Tanya hinted at it, but Gurudev has blessed another Mandala Vaatika for me to, revive, and that is the Kala Bhairava Mandala Vaatika. Kala Bhairava Mandala Vaatika was actually blessed by Gurudev last year. Towards the end of last year, he had blessed me to do it. And I thought by January 1st, I will, launch this course. But what happened? Kala Bhairava is something that, what do you say in Hindi, pakad mein nahi aaya. The other 4 mandalas that I did, once I was there downloading, it just flowed, and many of the recordings that I have done are just continuous recordings. They are recordings of my first live talk on that particular Mandala Vaatika. That is what you are all watching. So it came as one flow. Kala Bhairava for some reason was like old ambassador car, going, starting, stopping, lot of problems. So I was thinking to myself, ye kyun? In fact, once I even asked Gurudev, I said, this mandala exists really or not? Because I don't know whether I'm chasing a wild goose chase, He says, no, it's very much there. And probably that is his grace, which is why it was all the universe working, and I was put into that Shiva Diksha. Shiva Diksha is a very interesting thing to do. There's nothing much for you to do. You just get the Diksha. And, but let me share what happened to me after the Diksha. Once I got the Diksha, it is like Kala Bhairava is appearing from everywhere. It is like I am having audio of Kala Bhairava Tattva. There is so many aspects. It has suddenly become so exciting for me because everywhere I see some aspect of Kala Bhairava is being played out. So I now realize that his grace, maybe I required that Shiva Diksha to download the Kala Bhairava. Maybe that was the OTP. OTP on the Akashic network, you have to put in an OTP, otherwise you can't get that mobile signal, no? So it's something like that. So it is incredible. I mean, I cannot explain, but so many beautiful things have come out of it. And let me share a very beautiful meditation. Maybe I will take that towards the end, but let me also answer. Yes, Reba has done Shiv Diksha, so that is nice. And Deva is here. So Deva is one of those people who has questions after questions after questions. And normally his questions come at about 4 o'clock in the morning, India Standard Time. And I answer his questions at that time. So Deva is also here. Okay, let me start with Deva's question. Yeah. What if Mandala Vaatika helps bring results, but we screw it up again in life by our own mistakes? The point, Deva, is so what? See, whatever you say is mistakes, that means it has happened. Henna? It is already finished. I mean, now you are going to think of those mistakes and then get caught with the past. What good is it going to do? Maybe you did a mistake. Maybe you did it. But what is the point of crying over, like they say, spilt milk? जब दूध उबलता है और नीचे गिर जाता है, वो नीचे गिरने के बाद उस पे रोना, उसका क्या फायदा होता है? I don't think there is anything. So this thing that I was responsible for those mistakes is the biggest Maya. Deva, do you really think you're responsible for anything in this world? Do you really think everything that is happening because of your effort? You may be giving your 100%, which you should, but even if you did, do you think everything that is happening to you is happening because of you? Banish the thought. Banish that thought. It is the play of Maya. And that is why Mandala Vaatika is so important. मैं बार बार कहता हूं, ये मंडला वाटिका जो है निर्वाणा के लिए नहीं है. This is not for enlightenment. This course is not meant for enlightenment. Enlightenment के लिए और कई रास्ते हैं, कई तंत्र है. Different technologies are there where you can go sit in a cave in the Himalayas, meditate. You can do many things for enlightenment. Mandala Vaatika is not about enlightenment. Mandala Vaatika is all about being in the middle of Maya and enjoying the Maya, surfing the Maya. है ना? I have this beautiful example. आप समंदर में जो है बड़े बड़े लहर आते हैं, आप उसके साथ टकरा ले सकते हैं? नहीं ले सकते हैं. वो तो आपको अंदर दबा देगा. You will be crushed by the waves if you try to fight the waves. But if you surf the waves, अगर आप लहर को ही आप उस पे चढ़ के आपका रास्ता बनाते हैं, तो लहर आपको साथ देगा. The wave will take you in that surfing. Mandala Vaatika is about surfing Maya. So do more Mandala Vaatikas if you want. Invite more tattvas if you want. But don't get caught with your mistakes. है ना? Mistake हो तो हो गया. अभी वो हो गया है. That is finished, gone, done, dusted. Even if I say, okay, carefully think about what is the mistake you made, why you made it, उसका कारण क्या था, क्यों आपने गलती किया, उसकी वजह क्या है, क्या कुछ नेगेटिव फोर्सेस है क्या आपकी जिंदगी में जो आपको मिस्टेक करवाया, ये सब चर्चा करने का फालतू है. This entire exercise of trying to understand why a mistake was made is total nonsense, because that mistake was made, it is done, dusted, finished. What can you do now? अभी क्या कर सकते हैं? ये माया की जाल में अभी क्या कर सकते हैं? Getting caught in past and future is the biggest hooks of Maya. माया की जाल की जो हुक है, वो है past and future. वो उधर ही लटका के रखेगा आपको. गुरुदेव हमेशा बोलते हैं, come back to the present. Because present is something very, very beautiful, which I will give you a very beautiful insight. Abhi thodi der mein I will come to that, because that was my own exploration for Kala Bhairava. What is the connection between our normal column, Padi column, and Mandala Vaatika? Okay. So, Anuradha, I don't understand the difference between Puli column and Padi column. What is Padi column? Is the one that you put dots, is it? And the other one is the one that you draw lines. Just explain to me. Yeah. I'm starting the course, and thank you for saying, yes, absolutely. So this is, Aarti, this is Gurudev's biggest blessing, I feel, to humanity. Biggest blessing to humanity. Hai na? So, sometimes I feel, and I tell this to my teachers, 20 people who are ready to teach Mandala Vaatika, Gurudev ne itna compassionate hai. He is so compassionate. He has given us a technology which probably is way ahead of time. Maybe abhi hum log ready bhi nahi hai ye technology ke liye, lekin fir bhi Gurudev itna compassionate hai कि वो बोल रहे हैं कि अभी माया की जाल में कहाँ फंस के रहोगे, चलो खेलो इसमें. And he give you Mandala Vaatika. है ना? So this is only the grace of the master, and the kind of experiences people have with Mandala Vaatika, it's mind-blowing. Even today, every day I will get at least 15-20 messages from Mandala Vaatika students, past students, present students, teachers and all, about what it is doing to their life. उनकी exact day-to-day life में क्या फर्क इससे पैदा हो रहा है, how it is affecting their day-to-day life. You know, people, you know, they talk about it. So this is something very, very beautiful that is happening. So I think, so what is the Puli column? Maybe the one that you just draw freehand, and the other one you put dots, correct? So putting dots is like making a graph paper. ना एक आपको points मिल, एक grid. As an architect हम उसको grid बनाते हैं. तो grid बना दिया, आप dots लगा दिया, then आपको लाइन ड्रॉ करने में तकलीफ नहीं रहेगा. So you don't have difficulty in drawing the curves if the grid is there. So all you have to do is to connect the points. है ना? So then it becomes, actually all this is sacred geometry. Kollam is actually a remnant. It's a what is remained from the Tulsi Mandala Vaatika. See, every house, even Gurudev recently talked about something. He says every house, it was not called a house if it does not have a Tulsi Katta. A small Tulsi one. It will have one pot and there will be a Tulsi on top, and there will be some place where you can put a lamp. And every day, the lady of the house will do the Rangoli, Kollam, around that pot. This is Tulsi Mandala Vaatika. And, it is something very, very beautiful. Yeah. So, Jai Gurudev, Mandala Vaatika and Agnihotra, which one works at what level? I do Nitya Agnihotram and seen great benefits from it. I have done this actually in my Vedic agriculture course. If you have not done my Vedic agriculture course, go to our website, mandalavatika.com or ssist.com, and just register for that course, where I have gone a deep dive into Agnihotra. Agnihotra is actually also Mandala Vaatika. Because why it is Mandala Vaatika, I'll tell you. The Homakunda is sacred geometry. The Homakunda is sacred geometry, the angle, the steps, everything. It is like an inverted pyramid. वो pyramid की sacred geometry है Homakunda में. So geometry is there. Mantra is there. Whatever you are saying, Swaha, Swaha, the mantra is there. Agnihotra mantra is there. Suryaya Swaha, Suryaya Idam Namama. So all that chant is there, mantra is there. And what is the offering? It is plant. Rice. Rice, what you are giving, it is a plant, this thing, right? So this is the Mandala Vaatika. Okay. So this is how we, but both are very good, technologies. Both are excellent technologies. Yeah? And both have their importance. Agnihotra, if you're doing, timing is very important. You have to do at the sunrise and sunset, then only that Savitur Tattva. The Savitur Tattva will manifest in your life. Savitur Tattva is that intense awareness, which is actually happening at that toposphere where the inversion takes place, 11 kilometers above the earth, I speak about it in Vedic agriculture. You can see very deep dive is there in that. So you will find very interesting thing. So combination of sacred geometry, mantra and plant is nothing but Mandala Vaatika. And you are inviting the Tattva of Savitur in that. Yeah. So that is the thing. But Mandala Vaatika, it doesn't have any timing. Whenever you feel like calling your friend, you don't say, I have to call my friend only at sunrise, sunset, Rahu Kalam and all these things. No, Mandala Vaatika is beyond all that. Whenever you feel like, you just get a feel, chalo yaar, ek call marta hai Ganesha ko. So you Siddhi Vinayaka, you do Mandala Vaatika. And that's all that there is to it. So these are wonderful things that are there. Yeah. When we are inhaling the smoke of Agnihotra, is it harmful? It is not. Very surprising. Many of us come to Navaratri homas in the ashram. Navaratri, Shivaratri homas, we come to the ashram, or Rudra Puja, we come. There will be a lot of smoke. Even asthmatic people, they will be sitting in that homa with no problem. Have you noticed this? Have you noticed this? Even asthmatic people, those people, if they go on the road and some smoke comes from one car, they will get asthma. They can't breathe. Such people, they are sitting in homa. They are not affected. So there is a great science. There is a rahasya. Big rahasya is there. The smoke coming out of the homa is full of certain ions which have the capacity to take away negative particles. There is scientific research done on this. They are like cleansing. You know, when you spray some disinfectant in the house, there is smoke, maybe there is mist and all that, but everything gets cleaned. Same way, it dispels negative energies. So even for your lungs, no problem. So Garima, it is not, you should not bother about it, Garima. In fact, if anything, I mean, don't go to the Homa Kunda and start inhaling the smoke. I'm not saying that. Sit and normally do Agnihotra. If anything, there will be a positive impact for you. Yeah. So you don't worry about that. Yeah. So these will be there. Now let me see. Yash has been put a nice question here. While doing Siddhi Vinayaka Mandala Vaatika, I am always left out with the 21st offering. I always miss it. So there is a rahasya in that. The Eka Vamshati Patra Puja, there is a very beautiful rahasya, which I can't tell you in public. But if you go to the FAQ, in the first chapter of the course, there is a FAQ, frequently asked question. I have addressed this. And your answer will be completely, your question will be completely answered. Yeah, I don't want to say it now because there may be some people who have not done Siddhi Vinayaka Mandala Vaatika. And for them, it is a spoiler alert. I don't want to give spoiler alert for Mandala Vaatika. Okay, so we will have that. But let me tell you, you have not missed it. This is the hint I can give you. You have not missed it. You have done it very well. But the rahasya, you go and check out the FAQ, right? So that will be nice. So more questions will be coming. And let me see what else we can talk about. Yes. Let us see who else is there. Hema Bindu is there. Kavita Kumari is there. Hemangi is there. That's Devyani, Devashish, Chandrasekhar. Chandrasekhar ji is also there. So I see a lot of his mandala drawings and all that. Kiran, Rangaswamy is here. Pratik is here. Very nice. Welcome, Pratik. After a long time, we are seeing you here. Shilpi is here. Shilpa is here. Shushmita, Yash, Meena, Sudhir, Suchit. Very nice. Very nice. You see, even when IPL is going on, nearly 40 people are there in the room. That is Mandala Vaatika for you. You know. So let me go back to what was one of the outcomes in my understanding of Kala Bhairava. So who is Kala Bhairava? I'm just giving a little bit of introduction to Kala Bhairava Mandala Vaatika. First time, I think, I'm actually giving Kala Bhairava Mandala Vaatika this thing. Yeah. So one more question before that. Also, after offering, does the Tattva or the Devi Deva talk to you in meditation or Yoga Nidra? Many people have many experiences, Yash. Okay. Gurudev says, you had an experience, be with the experience. After that, it is in the past. Don't let the expectation be set for the next. See, what happens with experiences, एक बार कुछ अनुभव हो गया आपको मंडला वाटिका में, अगर आप उसी को पकड़ के बैठेंगे तो अगला बार आप मंडला वाटिका करेंगे तो आप हमेशा देखते रहेंगे कि वो अनुभव दोबारा हो रहा है कि नहीं. See, you will try to set expectation from one experience. Next time you are sitting in Mandala Vaatika, you are checking whether that experience is happening again or not. When you do that, a bigger experience may be there waiting, you will miss it. There may be a more beautiful experience, you will miss it. So Gurudev says, experience is great. एक्सपीरियंस एक अच्छी चीज है, अभी हो गया, आप अनुभव कर लिया ना, अभी उसको भूल जाओ, बिकॉज आप फ्रेश एवरी मोमेंट नवा दैट नवा मीन्स बीइंग every moment. If you are able to forget the past and be in the present. That means you are dying and being born every moment. If every moment you are born, then there is no baggage. There is no baggage. The past cannot catch you. So in Murugan Mandala Vaatika, I talk about this Saravana Bhava, the Nava. Saravana Bhava. Yeah. So that Saravana Bhava is about this constant renewal. Har kshana. Naya. Nava. 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 That is the extraordinary beauty of Mandala Vaatika. मंडला वाटिका में जब ये तत्व आ जाते हैं आपकी जिंदगी में, when they manifest in your reality, they are so active to keep you in the moment. See, आप किसी दोस्त को बुलाते हैं, न मान ले कि आपका दिमाग बहुत बेजा फ्राई हो गया, your brain is fried, you can't think, too many thoughts, ये सब, you're thinking of the past, anxious of future and all that. You call a good friend, आपका अच्छा दोस्त आप बुलाते हैं. What does the friend help you do? Your friend helps you to forget. And you and the friend, you will be in the present. This is any physical friend. But when we invite the tattvas which created the universe, the Durga Tattva, the Varamahalakshmi Tattva, the Muruga Tattva, you know, the Siddhivinayaka Tattva. When you invite these tattvas, they are working 24/7 for you to drop the baggage. Past को drop करने में इनका बहुत मदद रहता है. That is why Mandala Vaatika becomes very powerful. है ना? So, it is okay. Experience, no problem. Experience, many people have many experiences. That is okay. Some people may not have any experience. Their experiences, I didn't have an experience. वो भी ठीक है. That's also okay. But don't make the experience set expectations for the future. है ना? So that is the thing. Sushmita asks, can I paint all 4 mandalas on a canvas and hang them on the wall? Of course you can. But it does not have any spiritual significance. A Mandala Vaatika, a mandala after doing the Mandala Vaatika puja is just a piece of paper. If you want to paint it and put it as a decorative art piece, by all means do it. But don't expect any spiritual benefit to happen because of that. In fact, some of the best mandalas are made by Buddhists. When Buddhists make mandalas, it takes them something like 1 month to draw one mandala. They will take color, powder, and they will make huge mandalas in a room. It takes them sometimes 1 month to make it. After the whole thing is finished and the tattva is experienced, they will take one broom and chuck, they will destroy the whole mandala. Because after that, there is no meaning for that mandala. But you can take a photo and you can put a picture. No problem. Yeah. So as a art piece, 100% you can put. There is no problem at all. Yeah. So coming back to our Kala Bhairava. So who is Kala Bhairava? Bhairava is of course a aspect of Shiva. He is an aspect of Rudra. Yeah. Now Kala Bhairava, Kal is time. Kal is nothing but time. Samay. Main Kal hu. You know, in the days we used to see the TV serial Mahabharata and all that, no? So there that background, that narrator will say, Main Kal hu. No, so I am time. So the question is, what is time? है ना? ये समय क्या चीज होता है? See, light, you know, it is a photon. It's a photon field. है ना? It's a photon field and packets of energy are carried, which we can experience as light. Huh? If you say electrons, electron field. It is a field. It is a definite thing. It is a physical entity. है ना? Similarly, quarks and bosons and whatever. They are all practical things. They are physical entities. At a quantum level, they exist. They can come out of nothing. They can go back into nothing. But in the manifest reality, they are physical things. So you can actually characterize. Light means you can study what is the luminosity of light, what is the power of how many watts the laser beam is there. All these things we can definitely quantify. But really, if you think, what is time? Is time a thing? Okay. ये समय क्या है? कोई चीज होता है क्या वो? You think about it. Is time a thing? Is it a thing? Like any other force or particle in this universe, matter in this universe, is it a thing? Even if you take intangible things like consciousness, we can still relate to consciousness. And we know we can experience this consciousness. But what is time? ये काल होता क्या है? Actually, if you see, it is only something we calculate between two events. Suppose there is a ball here and the ball is moved up to here. The difference between this point and this point in one dimension we call time. It is only the difference between point A and point B. That means time is a result of something happening in the universe. Something has to happen. Some movement has to happen for us to say that time, okay, so it took so much time. Okay. So if you're seeing a picture of a horse running on the beach, okay, एक समुद्र के तट पे जो है एक घोड़ा दौड़ रहा है और उसका आप एक वीडियो देख रहे हैं, आपको क्या लगता है कि घोड़ा दो है दौड़ रहा है, the horse is running, you can see 1 foot in front, 1 foot in front, 1 foot back, 1 foot front, so you can see the movement and the horse is running, it is galloping on the sand in the beach. But actually if you see, is there movement? Every video is actually still picture. वो एक पिक्चर है और वो पिक्चर सब जोड़ने में आप जोड़ते हैं तो आपको मूवमेंट दिखता है. So is movement really there? When you take a motion picture, it is actually made of slides, still photos, played at 30 FPS or 60 FPS frames per second. And you see movement. But actually, is there a movement? It's very difficult to answer that question. We can experience movement because it's happening together. It's happening so fast, we can't see individual pictures, we are seeing a motion. But actually, that motion is consisting of individual pictures. So in each moment, there was no movement. In each moment, प्रति क्षण में कोई मूवमेंट नहीं था, वो एक शॉट था वो. So if this is the actual truth, that every moment is one screenshot, then what is time? Where is Kala Bhairavai? Which is why I believe I had to take the Diksha. Till I took the Diksha, I could not understand this. And for some time, I really suspected that this time is not there at all. It is not there at all. But the day I did the Diksha, After the Diksha, they told us, just sit there and just meditate and chant the mantra, So I was doing that. Then in my mind, one vision came. वो vision क्या है? Hourglass, you have seen an hourglass, no? What is an hourglass? It is one shape like this, yeah? And they put some sand, ऊपर रमल डालते हैं और वो रमल हल्का हल्का वो नीचे गिरता रहता है. तो एक बॉल ऊपर है, एक बॉल इन्वर्टेड नीचे है और एक छोटा सा एक सुरंग है जिसके थ्रू वो गिरता है ना? So there is a small opening between the two balls and we call that an hourglass. So we use that for time, to understand time, है ना? So just imagine this. There is an hourglass, okay? Hourglass में top में क्या है? What is the sand on top? It is the future, because that sand is still on top. नीचे क्या है? It is sand that has fallen. That means it is the past. Correct? So there is future and there is past. And somewhere in between, there is the present. So let us do one experiment. One thinking experiment. एक सोच में हम एक experiment करते हैं. आप ऐसा कीजिए, ये दिन अगर हो सके, if you can, this day 1 year ago, what were you doing? March 31st, last year at this time, what were you doing? I know for sure it was not live session of Mandala Vaatika. Mostly, I think I was sitting with my auditors on 31st March. I vaguely remember. Maybe, I don't know. Not sure. But where is 31st March 2023? Is it in the past or present? It is in the past. सब ये मानते हैं ना कि 31st March 2023 वो past में है. Nobody is going to say that is in the present. Correct? ठीक है. Last month, last day of last month, है ना? That is 29th of February. आप क्या कर रहे थे? So you can think. Now, 29th of February is in the past. It is past, correct? ठीक है. Last week, last Sunday, what were you doing? I think we can all remember last Sunday what we were doing. Huh? Was it in the past or present? Was it in the past or present? Yeah. So was it in the past or present? Yeah. So that is the important thing. Yeah. So we know it is in the past. What about yesterday? Yesterday, this time, what were you doing? Yesterday, at this time, what were you doing? You were sitting in the past. 1 hour ago, what were you doing? Was it past or present? It is past. 1 minute ago, 1 second ago, half a second ago is still in the past, right? Quarter second ago, 1/10 of a second ago, 1 nanosecond ago, where were you? It's in the past. So this is a very interesting meditation. How thin is the present moment? Even if I say this is 1 nanosecond, even then, the moment I have said 1 nanosecond, it is in the past. When does it become in the present? When does time become the present moment? See, everybody says, be in the present moment, be in the present moment. In that hourglass, how thin is that separation between future and past. How thin is it? Think of it. There's no answer. I'm not going to give you an answer. But the rahasya of Kala Bhairava is there. And that is what you will learn in Kala Bhairava Mandala Vaatika. How to get inside that not almost, it is a non-existent separation between future and present. Non-existent separation between future and present is where Kala Bhairava exists. That is why wo pakad mein nahi aata hai. That is why it's not easy to catch. That's why, maybe that is why Gurudev wanted me to do the Shiv Diksha. Because once you can experience that separation, understanding of time becomes very different. आपका जो समझ है काल का, वो पूरा परिवर्तन हो जाता है उसमें. You understand that actually past and future and present all exist in this one moment. ऐसा नहीं है कि one is far back, one is far somewhere in the future, and this is present. This whole thing is actually sitting as one. And you can cut the slice any way you want. You can slice that any way you want. Your past can be my future. That is why Kala Bhairava becomes a very powerful tantric tattva. That is why a lot of Kala Bhairava technology is used in Tantra. Because time is actually the essence of our existence. If there is no gap between my birth and death, if the time is not there, then whether I am born or I die, it is in the same moment. I will not exist. For a photon, I gave this example some time ago. A photon is traveling at the speed of light. A photon which came into existence billions of years ago during Big Bang, for that photon between that and now, it is the same moment. It is the same moment. 7.8 billion years have finished, but for it, it is the same moment. Because it's traveling at the speed of light. When you travel at the speed of light, time becomes zero. Time does not move. So Kala Bhairava is actually the fabric, the background fabric of what Einstein calls space-time. Kala Bhairava is that. And Kala Bhairava Mandala Vaatika, it explores that. And now I can understand many things. Many times I have told my teachers and my students about this. That many people ask me, how do I do so many things? I say, I don't know. I just am doing it. And when I finish doing it and I look at the clock, it will be exactly when I am supposed to finish. And I said that this is a siddhi the master has given me. That is the siddhi you will get in Kala Bhairava Mandala Vaatika. Because you are inviting time itself into your reality. Everybody is a slave of time. But when Kala Bhairava comes into your life, you be the master of time. It's a very, very interesting, very, very interesting twist to understanding time. See, we are always running because we are running out of time. हमेशा हम भागम दौड़ी में हैं क्योंकि समय नहीं है. Everything in our life is based on running short of time. All the time we are running because we don't have time. That is because we are slave to time. We are like puppets. That the Kala Bhairava has put one carrot in front and we are running. We can't catch that carrot. But Kalabhairava makes us keep running the whole life we run. Right? So, when you invite Kalabhairava into your life, then you become master of time. You don't worry about time. Whenever you do something, that is the correct time. You know, in some Hindi movie, there is one dialogue, I think, of Amitabh Bachchan. He says, line, yahan se shuru hota hai jahan main khada hu. He says, he doesn't stand in the queue. He just goes and stands there. Then somebody tells him, you know, why are you breaking the queue? He says, wherever I stand, the queue starts there. So, Kalabhairav comes into your life, it is like that. Whatever time you do, whatever thing, that is the right time. It's a very powerful concept. So, it is a very, very interesting technology. But, of course, you will have to wait a little bit for all to come. So, hanging photos. Time is actually not there. Even I also thought so, Anand Kumar. And maybe time is actually not there also. It could be Maya. Just like everything is a Maya, that could also be the Maya. Yes, yes, I agree with your joke, Yash. Yeah, time could be a part of our memory, 100%. Memory is one of the source of time. You know? When do you feel old? Only when you remember when you are young. Lot of people know, they will ask me, you don't look your age, they will say. I said, I don't look because I don't think I am old. I don't think I am old. Honestly, I don't think I'm old because I don't remember much of what was there when I was young. For me, this is the most exciting part of my life. No? Why I should worry about what happened before? This is more exciting. No? So we can have. So death is also called is also called Kal. Yeah. So it is there. So what is death? So this is exactly what is death? So when you don't experience time, there are only two states you don't experience time. You know, either you're dead or you're in samadhi. When you're dead or you're in samadhi, both cases you don't experience time. That is the problem with Shiva. See, Shiva, when he goes off into meditation, he doesn't go into small meditation. When he goes into meditation, it is like thousands of years. He's gone. And all chaos will be happening in the creation. He is not bothered because he is gone. For him, time doesn't exist. Because he is time himself. So, people then will have to go and wake him. They'll have to get one, you know, Menaka and Urvashi and all these apsaras and all, fire some arrows of love and passion and wake him up. Otherwise, he is gone. That's the problem with Shiva. So then they will have to wake him up, then bring him to the earth to, you know, settle things and balance the equations and all that. Otherwise, left to Shiva, he just wants to go and be in his own space. He doesn't want to get involved with the creation. So this is the thing. Yeah. So Anand Kumar, yeah, when a form changes, when ice becomes water, we say time has lapsed. Correct? So all these things, but what it is that we are extracting time from some event that is happening. But time by itself, like water, it is something, I know it is water. Light, I know there is something called light. Gurutvaakarshan, that our gravity, I know there is something. Gravity, I know there is something. But time, I don't know. Is time a field? Is it a particle? No. Is time a field? I don't know. Very difficult to understand. right? That is Kala Bhairava. Yeah. Kale Tasmi Namaha. Yeah. So it is not that time doesn't exist. So otherwise Kala Bhairava would not be there. The fact that Kala Bhairava is there is that he exists in such a subtle form that we cannot catch him. See, we can capture light. You know, I can make that light in the bulb so that it comes on my face. You can see me. That camera in the computer is catching my light. It is bringing it to your computer and you are seeing me. I can do something with light. I can do something with water. I can do something with fire. I can do something with protons. I can do something with gravity. I can do something with so many things. But with time, I have no control. Because it is so subtle. It is more subtle than anything else we know. So in Kala Bhairava Mandala Vaatika, you will see the Puranic version where the first manifestation of Rudra is the Kala Bhairava. Without creating that field of time, which we cannot even experience, how can anything have happened? That space-time, before the Big Bang happens also, the space-time has to be created. Otherwise, Big Bang itself cannot happen. For Big Bang, we say universe got created first from a Big Bang. Out of that Shunya, some vibration started and that from that vibration, the Big Bang happened. This is what we are saying. But even for that Big Bang to happen, for creation to happen, this matrix of space and time has to be created before that. Only if space is there can something happen in that space. If time is there, there is a sequence of happening for it to expand. If the universe has to expand from Shunya, time has to be there, space has to be there. So, Kala Bhairava will exist before creation happens. But so subtle. So, Sushmita, it is if anything that exists decays and that process of decaying is time, the gap is between Shrishti to Laya. So that is what I am saying. See, we can see that decaying is happening and we will say at this point, it was in this stage and now, okay, so you take one body, it is put in the ground. When you put it in the body, it has got the full body is there. After that, it became bone only. After that, that bone also became fossil or something like that. Okay. So we know that time is something we are extracting because we are seeing from here to here. But time itself is what? We don't know. That is such a subtle tattva. But it is a tattva. Our Vedic understanding explored and cracked it also. Vedic exploration of Kala Bhairava, if you see, it's very scientific. Very, very, very scientific. Very scientific. Physics still cannot explain time because by all accounts, arrow of time should go in both directions. But in our Maya, you're only going from past to future. It doesn't go from future to past. Physics and mathematics, it says it should be possible both ways. If time arrow can go this way, time arrow should be able to go that way. But in our experience, it never happens. That means our understanding of time in physics and mathematics, something is fundamentally wrong. We all experience time, no doubt about it. But when you go little deeper, the whole thing crumbles. The whole thing crumbles. So this is very important. Yeah. So To measure time, an eternal, constant, equally changing opposite event has to exist. Is it right? It should be. Mathematically speaking, this should be. But in our experience, it is not. If a nuclear bomb explodes, the result of that explosion will go only in one direction. At no point can I balance it by bringing it back. If somebody has experienced war and a civilization has suffered, that time will go only in one direction. I cannot balance it by bringing it back. That means there is something that is more than meets the eye. More than meets the eye. That is the Kala Bhairava. Actually, I will bring on Shilpa at this point. Shilpa, you can unmute yourself. And you want to say you're a student of physics. You want to add anything more on time?
So what we know of time, as you correctly said, that only it goes towards the future. But what you said in the Vedas, it means, and mathematically also, it should go in the opposite direction. I think that was one point, like how it's possible. And also, very, we have one sentence that Maya is in the past or in the future. And what is important is that present moment. And I think all our practices, what we do is to make us come to that present moment only. So this makes me look more forward to the Kal Bhairava Mandala. Because how? Because we are always constantly either in the past or in the future. But coming to that moment, present moment, I think that will be like an eye-opener for us, the Kal Bhairava Mandala Vaatika. Looking forward to
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Thank you so much. Let me see who else is there. Yeah, all right. Let's put Pratik on the spotlight. Pratik is here. Hi, Pratik. How are you? You want to unmute yourself? Let me just... you have been with us for a long time, so you can also join us. So what do you think of time?
Yeah. So what I want to share is, like, when you were sharing about Kal Bhairava right now, I was actually literally in some state where I couldn't experience time. I was literally experiencing it when you were talking about. So yeah, I mean, like, when I take the example of time is the example you gave, right? Event to event moments. And if those events are not there, you are in that timeless zone, right? And if you can be there, that is the real experience you get. And I feel like even when you do Sudarshan Kriya, you get those glimpses. It's like that. And understanding it from the physics and math point of view is, it takes you way beyond, meaning that intellectual curiosity, if we keep it in that, with that experiential understanding, that will help us to literally, get the essence of it. Because I think physics and math, in many times, it's like x tends to infinity. You cannot be x equal to infinity. It's like that.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Pratik. Thank you for that. Yes, so I think there are very, very interesting things happening. I mean, at the moment, I am so happy that, we are in this wonderful blessings and grace of our master, Puja Gurudev Shri Ravi Shankar Ji, who is allowing us to explore these incredible aspects of creation, and giving it in such simple format, So I think, yes. So I think these are all very, very wonderful moments. And we really look forward to more questions. You can send the questions to team@mandalavaatika.com. You can put it in your groups. I will answer, or you can join me in the live session and I'll be more than happy to answer all your questions. So see you in the live session of April. So last Sunday of April, I'll be with you again, and look forward to interacting with all of you. So 9:30 on the dot, Kala Bhairava is with us. So Om Guru Bhyo Namaha Hari Om Jai Gurudev.